Hey everybody, how are you? I have been busy today. Between doing the reacts to Chantal, I've been making the new intros back to back to back. So hope you guys are enjoying the new intros. I'm having fun making them. You know, when you do what you love, it doesn't feel like work, but it does make you tired. And I am tired. And doggone it, Chantal, you just won't go to bed, will you? You just won't give us any rest. This is starting to feel real familiar. It's kind of feeling like the old crackhead Olympic days when you just could not get away from your computer because Chantal just would not go to bed. She would just kept streaming and streaming and streaming. Boy, it's taken me back. So she's done quite a bit today, quite a bit. She's done a lot of lives. I wonder if it's because the money is getting really, really tight and she's been really, really lazy and not doing as much as she normally would be doing during the holiday season, because this is a time of year when YouTubers are making the most money, and she's not been capitalizing on that as much. She's been slacking a lot, but maybe the money drying up is the reason why she's like, I have to go live. I have to go live. I have to go live. Just trying to pick up the slack that her laziness has caused. So what am I doing right now? Well, I did some retro reacts, and then I did a react to one of her current lives. And I would like to react to the video that she put together where she talked about getting her license. You know, the video that everybody's been picking apart the inconsistencies. And in the live I just got through reacting to, people were asking questions about the license, and she was very defensive, very snappy, very rude, and even trying to talk about the different reactors as a deflection point from the things that just don't make sense. You know, the math ain't mathin'. I want to go over it with y'all, as well as show you the stuff on Twitter. There's not a whole lot since I've been keeping up with Chantal all day. I've not been falling behind, but I want to cover the video real quick, and then I think I'll call it a night as far as reacting to her, unless she does something off the wall, then I will react, but I don't think she will. But let's go over the Twitter stuff first. So guys, it's time for the Twitter peeps. Yes, it's time for the Twitter peeps. All the peeps on Twitter, all the information on Twitter, all the gossip, all the loveliness, all the Wild West stuff that goes on Twitter. We're going to cover that, and then we'll get into the video itself. So let me just pull it up and get it going. Okay. So for those of you that are on Twitter and you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, WowGirlSarah. All right, so let's start here with a post from Florida Salt and Sass. Hey, Florida Salt and Sass. Florida Salt and Sass says her eyesight is horrid. The traffic there is insane, and she doesn't know the language, and she doesn't know the area. A car accident may get her before the diabetes does. As I said, she should not be driving. Between the fact that she can't turn her head to look around, the crazy traffic, and she's got problems with her vision, she should not be driving. I don't care if it's in the daytime or the nighttime. She should not be getting behind the wheel. Chantal, your eyesight is horrible. You're not even wearing correct prescription glasses for your eyes. When's the last time you've been to the eye doctor? It's been a while. And you obviously have problems with your eyes. One of your eyes is bulging. Your eyes are leaking. That might be due to diabetes. So is it safe for you to drive? Is it safe for you to be on the road around other people, just trying to get back and forth between home and work? I don't think so. And here's another possibility. Given the way that you do not respect your health and you are overloading on the carbs and the sugar and the salt, what if you have a medical event while you're driving? That could be dangerous for you and also dangerous for other people around you. So no, ma'am, I don't care if you have a license or not, you should not be on the road. Protect yourself, but protect other people too. Just take taxis back and forth wherever you need to go, or tell Salah to earn his paycheck and take you around to places, but don't you get behind the wheel yourself. You hear me? You just shouldn't do that. Truth Seekers says, what will she do when conflict breaks out in Kuwait? Because it's not a matter of if anymore, but when. Tensions in the Middle East are escalating. Does she think Salah will wait for her to hop one by one downstairs or ride the elevator? He is more in shape than she is, and she's a burden. Yeah, that's always a possibility, Chantal. I'm not one to talk political, but things are heating up in the Middle East. And I don't know what your brain is thinking right now, that if there is some conflict, that at any time you can go to the airport, you can hop on a plane and come back to Canada. But what if you can't? If there are airstrikes that are happening, one of the first things they shut down is the airports. Like, the airspace is just a no-go. If something is going down in the Middle East, you will not be able to get in and out quite so quickly or easily. So that's just something you really should be taking seriously. That you're in an area where anything can pop off, and I mean anything. And the conflict is going on in your backyard. It's very, very close. I wouldn't feel safe. I wouldn't be staying in an area where things could happen. And if things happen, I might be trapped there. That's just me, though. All right. Not Your Mother says, hey, Chantal, Julia's incision was resutured. She did chew out her stitches because you wouldn't put on the cone and took her to a back alley quack vet. The external sutures are uneven, ends are different lengths. Hubby is a retired vet. Yet, you know what? I don't know who these vets are that are working on Julia, but neither one of them did a good job. Those stitches don't look clean. They don't look even. They look sloppy. Who's working on your cat, Chantal? I mean, I'll give it up to the second vet. They shaved the area down more than the first one did, but still, the stitches look terrible. I'm not a vet to look at that, and I can see that you're taking Julia to people that don't know what they're doing. Like, the incision here is way too big and wide. This looks terrible. What is going on with these stitches? That does not even look correct. Moving on. Let's see. Okay, I already covered that. Narky says, so that's what triggered Chantal. She got told off by Salah and the vet. And now she's got her IDL and she's going to get in her car, take her money, and bees alone like a butthurt toddler. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if she's mad because people talking about the license or people getting on her about Julia and the fact that she refused to put the cone on, which led to Julia chewing out her stitches, which was bound to happen because it's a wound. And I'm sure the wound feels weird to Julia. And it may be just instinct to her to lick at it, to chew the stitches out. But everybody told her to put the cone on and leave it on. And she just didn't. And so Julia had to be taken back to somebody else. And they had to fix the wound because of Chantal being a negligent pet owner. So she got chewed out by somebody. Good. She deserved it. The engineer says, Foodie Beauty, watch the live where she looks at Julia's incision, which had clearly opened up due to Chantal's neglect. Knowing what you know now, watch her reaction. She knew she messed up and she tried to play it off. Now Julie's incision has been repaired. I see you, Foodie. Yeah, we all see you. We all see what you did. See what stupidity does? Play stupid games, get stupid prizes. Florida Salt and Sass says, I've hit one person since I was being abused. That's not a defense for causing a car accident. You hit numerous animals, one of which took off your fender, and hit some other inanimate objects along with vaping in your car. Yes, all of that makes you a bad driver. Correct. And now she's talking about getting behind the wheel of a car when she can't turn her head and she's got problems with her vision and she might have a medical event in the middle of traffic while driving, which could be very dangerous for herself and other people. Don't drive, Chantal. Just don't. Okay? Just don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, so that's it for the Twitter peeps section. Let's stop here and let's go on to the video. And where did my background go? It just disappeared on me. What happened? You know what? I don't care. I'll fix it later. All right. Yeah, look, it disappeared. What happened? Hold on. That bugs me. Quit that. Quit it. There we go. StreamYard's acting funny. What do I pay you for? Stop that. Anyway, let's go ahead and react to this because I got stuff to say. Take it away, Chantal.
Today, I just wanted to let you know some exciting news and talk a bit about that.
Chantal, can I make some comments about your appearance? Your eyes are looking especially swollen today. Your face looks especially swollen. And Mama, I can look into your eyes and tell you are under the influence of something. I don't know what, but you look like you are 3 sheets to the wind without even drinking. Like you are gone behind the eyes. What did you take? Is it pain meds? Is it something else? I don't know, but you look very sedated. Very, very sedated. What did you get your hands on?
So, I actually have now a proper license to drive here in Kuwait.
And you know what, Chantal? I know you're using a crap ton of filters. That's how your skin looks so flawless. It's a dead giveaway you're using the filters because nobody's skin looks like that. I got makeup on. My skin don't look like that. That's the magic of filters, y'all. You got filters on your skin. You got them on your lips because your lips aren't that big. You got filters on your eyes to change your eye color. You got all kinds of filters. But one thing the filters can't completely cover up, I'm noticing something. The whites of your eyes, they look awfully yellow. Are you experiencing a bit of jaundice? It kind of feels like you've got jaundice going on. If you are, that's bad. It is very, very bad. That points to kidney, liver problems. Yeah, you might want to go see a doctor.
So, yeah, I know I drove a while back one time, and I was under a different situation then, a different status and whatnot. So, but you know, when you change your status, it changes the type of license you need. So I actually
Why does she seem, what's the word I'm looking for? Apprehensive. That's a good word. It's a Scrabble word. You can win Scrabble with that. Why does she seem apprehensive about talking about this? She seems rather somber. Like it's bad news versus good news. Why isn't she excited? I don't get that. She chose to make a video announcing to the world that she has a license now in Kuwait. So why isn't she more happy? That doesn't make sense to me. She didn't have to tell us this information. She could have kept this to herself, but she chose to make a video and monetize it. So here we are. But why are you so gloomy sounding, Foodie?
have a proper license for my current status here, which of course I will not show you the license. I don't know anybody who shows driver's license, you know, to the public online, but I do have it in case the Kuwait police need to see it or authorities here need to see it if I get pulled over or something like that, or in an accident, God forbid, hopefully not, inshallah.
Hopefully not. Again, I wouldn't drive if I were you. For your safety, for the safety of anybody around you, I really hope, license or not, you don't drive. Please don't drive. Please don't. I'm asking you nicely to not drive for your safety, but also the safety of other people on the road. Please don't. Your vision is bad. Your health is bad. You can't turn your head. Don't do it. God forbid if you get into an accident and somebody gets hurt because of you. Don't do it. You haven't had your vision checked in the longest. You don't have prescription glasses. Okay? You're not physically able to have reflexes sharp enough that if somebody's acting crazy on the road, you can get out of the way. Don't do it. Don't do it, Chantal. Stay off the road. Let Salah drive you wherever you want to go, or take taxis. Don't drive yourself. Okay? There is a chance that you might have a medical event while you're driving, and that could be disastrous for you and other people. Please don't drive.
But yeah, I finally have my license. So I'm just coming on and telling you this piece of personal information because, of course, it's going to, you know, be apparent on my channel because, you know, I'm going to be driving places. I don't know if I feel comfortable to live and drive.
It's not about comfort. It is not about comfort. It's against the law, I think, for people to be doing the distracted driving over there, like on the phones, and especially with live streaming because you're not looking at the road. It's not about comfort. It's about doing the right thing. Hello? When you drive, focus on what's in front of you, not on what's going on YouTube. All it takes to get into a fatal accident is just seconds. And then something might happen to you and something might happen to somebody else. And God forbid, it's a family you hit or you get in an accident with. God forbid if that should happen. Don't be dumb, Chantal, because if something happens on the road, you won't be able to giggle and hee your way out of whatever happens. You won't be able to talk your way out of it. You won't be able to lie your way out of it. There will be serious consequences, and you will have to deal with them. Don't do it. Don't get on the road.
Here, like I didn't mind in Canada. But, you know, this will allow me to go out more on my own, do more content for my channel on my own.
Ma'am, I just watched your live and you were talking about getting your license. And the first thought that was on your mind was going out to get food. You weren't talking about anything other than food. I feel that was the whole motivation of getting your license, because maybe Salah, he's getting to a point where he's sick to death, absolutely sick to death of running out 10 times a day to go get your food. And he's telling you no, I am not going to get out of bed at 11 o'clock and go get your food. And then again at 2, and then again at 4. No, leave me alone. And you don't want to hear it. You want to eat every 2 hours. And even if you buy groceries, you'll go through them all in an hour. He just can't keep up with your appetite, Chantal. It's too enormous. You're like a termite with an endless stomach. So because he's telling you no, you're getting mad at that and you're like, well, fine, I'll just get a license and I'll drive myself. And if I want my snacks, I'm going to go get them. And you know what's going to happen, Chantal? Do you know what's going to happen? The same thing that happens when you go to Canada. The very same thing. The same thing that happened when you were in Thailand. Left alone to your own devices with your money, you go wild with the food. The B moments that we see you have on camera right now will be nothing compared to what you will do if you get a vehicle and you can go wherever you want, to every bakery, every cafe, every Starbucks, every fast food restaurant. Girl, you're going to go wild because every store, every fast food restaurant, every bakery, every grocery store, everything that sells food there. Y'all, when you're a food addict, every place that sells food, it's like rug dealers on every corner. And they all sell something different. And all those different things taste good. And you want them all. And if you're someone like her, she has no impulse control at all. She's very impulsive. She wants everything. She wants it now. She's not going to stop herself. She will not. You're not going to have anybody holding you back. You gaining weight and getting sick, it's going to be worse. I don't know what pain you're in right now. I'm sure you're in a lot of pain because your body is carrying 400 plus pounds of extra weight that it does not need, does not want, can't deal with. It's just going to be worse. You'll be bedbound in no time. You not being able to get to the food anytime you want, that's slowing things down a bit. But if you get a car and you start driving around, it's just going to accelerate that much faster. Yes, it will.
And not have to always rely on Salah. You know, sometimes he's busy with his work stuff. Sometimes.
What work stuff? He don't work. Maybe he actually has a life and he goes to hang out with people. He doesn't want to be there all the time, just making sure that you get fed.
He's just not available due to that reason. And sometimes he just doesn't feel like it going out. And sometimes I feel like going out. So
you never feel like going out. You've been in Kuwait for what, almost 3 years? You've never felt like going out. Isn't it weird that you've been there this long and now you want to get a license? And I think it's because Salah has reached the end of his rope where he's like, I am just sick to death of always running for her food. It's driving me insane. And he's telling you no, and you don't want to hear it.
That makes a really big difference. And I think it'll make, a big difference in the quality of my life here because I can go out. Now, the thing is, it's like, I'm a bit nervous because while I've driven for many, many years in Canada, the roads in Canada, the drivers in Canada are different than here. Driving here is different. It's not like super, super different as if I was driving in like the chaos of India or something. I watch those Most Dangerous Road channels, videos sometimes, and India is featured a lot on that. So it's not the same. So I do have to get accustomed to the road, everything like that. Luckily here they drive on the same side of the road as in Canada, and they use the same, is it metric system? It's like in kilometers, the speed limits and stuff. But we have a pretty smart vehicle. The Sherry,
I don't care if you do. I don't care if you have a smart vehicle. You should not be driving. I know I'm repeating myself and I'm sorry, guys, but I don't like the idea of Chantal on the road. And not because I'm a hater, but because I know about her health problems and I know about her bad vision and the fact that she doesn't even have prescription glasses and the fact that she can't turn her head and the fact that she might have a medical event behind the wheel while the car is moving. I don't like the idea of other people getting hurt just because she's a glutton and she wants a Starbucks coffee. And she can't control herself. She doesn't want to go out and do things that don't revolve around food. She wants food. She does. That's the only reason why she got that license.
The Kia of Kuwait, as what some of you, guys have been calling it. So, yeah, it's going to be totally fine because I'm just very careful and, you know, I plan on not going out all the time, especially not alone. Like, I still want to spend a lot of time with my husband, and
I'm wondering if maybe he wants his life back. And he's like, "Look, I got to go do stuff. I got to spend time around people. I need my breathing room. You're driving me nuts. I'm driving you nuts. Let's just give each other some space." And that's why she got the license, so that he could have his space and she could get her food. Maybe that's why maybe he just burnt out on always running errands for Chantal. And he just can't deal with the 24/7 trips all the time.
um, he'll drive whenever we're going out together. I I've actually become accustomed to being a passenger princess because I just anything to do with being a princess. Yeah. No, but just like honestly, like it's just you don't have to worry. So Salah's a very, very good driver. I really just enjoy laying back with the AC and not having to focus on the road. But I can
I'm going to blow up the video. Chantal, your eyes are glassy and the whites of your eyes look yellow. I don't know if that's a filter, but they don't look healthy. Like your eyes look very swollen, very tiny, very swollen. Maybe you just got through crying. Maybe you took something. But the whites of your eyes they're not white. They're like a yellow. That looks like jaundice to me.
just like any country. Um,
And what is going on with that mascara? Can we talk about it? Girl, it looks all clumpy on them lashes. You need to take it off.
they're probably not.
And why in the world would you put mascara or anything around your eyes if you've got allergies and your eyes have been watering and leaking and bothering you? That's the worst thing you could do.
As bad as some countries, but they're
Like, look at that. Look at that. Girl, cheap mascara. No, no, no.
it's pretty bad at certain times, like around 1 p.m. when school is letting out, 1:30, something like that. The schools will let out, and the traffic can be really bad.
Somebody in my chat next Tarot Live that I do, make a handle called Chantal's Clumpy Mascara. Come on. Somebody make a name called Chantal's Clumpy Mascara.
In the evenings, most people here in Kuwait tend to go out in the evenings. So if you're out after 4:30, 5 o'clock, yeah. And then I would say the worst is like 7 o'clock. It's just, especially if you're going to the popular places like Samia, Kuwait City, going to see the towers and stuff like that. So but the thing is at least now I have a license that if Salah's busy and I just want to go out and, go to a cafe.
Boom. So she's got her license. She could go anywhere. She could do anything. What is her first thought? I'm going to go get food. Told you. Food motivated. That's the only thing she cares about is food. She wants food whenever she wants it. And if he's not around to do it fast enough, she's going to do it.
In my town, up the street, something like that. The closer cafes I can just walk to, like I did before on my live streams. But I get asked a lot, Do I miss driving? And a part of me misses driving in Canada. I don't miss driving here because, like I said, it's just different. And um, I don't really get the urge, to drive. Like, so for me, just going somewhere close by, cafe, would be totally fine. Would be totally fine because it's not the same scenery. It's not the same country. It's
Chantal,
not the
if
same.
you've got cafes within walking distance, just walk. You walk to a cafe, so it's within walking distance, just walk.
Whatsoever for what I used to do. It's not the same. So it's hard to long for that. But yeah, I mean, I do miss sometimes my scenic drives in Canada. Canada has some really beautiful nature, and it's relaxing. I used to, for my mental health, just go on long country roads.
Stop it. No, you didn't. Yeah, you took the long road, but it wasn't because of nature. You took the long road for natter. That's the reason why you took the long road. And we remember the outhouse, Chantal. All those trips to the outhouse. You're always excited to go see that lonely little outhouse. We all figured out why. Because that was a drop off point to get your party favors. But you love going to the outhouse, didn't you? You didn't want anything to do with nature. What do you mean?
And I wish, I don't care. I wish gas was the same price in Canada as it is here.
Ma'am, not you doing this video complaining about the cost of things. At the same time, you waste so much money when there are other people in other places. They're doing the best they can to make it, paying overpriced rent for places that are entirely too small, having to scrimp and save and use coupons and discounts, just trying to get some groceries together. Like, oh my God, the cost of gas over in the Western world is so expensive. Not you complaining about the cost of anything when you waste so much money.
I know I've said this many times, but maybe new people are watching. But the gas stations and the gas situation is, of course, it's different here than Canada. I think what it was costing me at least 80, might even have been, yeah, about $80 Canadian to fill it, and that was before, and now I have to keep going up for prices.
So what she's saying without saying is that she's in Kuwait because she can't afford the Western world anymore. Like over here, things are mad expensive. And she can't afford the Western world anymore. She doesn't have the money for rent. She doesn't have the money for gas. She doesn't have the money for food. That's why she is bent on staying in Kuwait, because some things over there are a bit cheaper. Maybe the rent is cheaper. Maybe the food is cheaper. She was so careless with her money and so foolish by being lazy that she can afford to live in Kuwait, but she can't afford to live in Canada.
And so things are just really expensive for gas. And in Canada, petrol.
And by the way, the reason why she was spending so much money on gas was because she could not stay away from Natter. She was making all those trips back and forth between Ottawa and Gatineau. And then when Natter moved to Montreal, which is 2+ hours away, she was making the trip back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's where all that money got spent because she was insisting on seeing Natter, and Natter didn't have a car. Natter doesn't have a license. So she was shelling out lots of money and gas to do those trips back and forth. And that's not counting the money she spent on hotels and his food and the phone bill and the iPad and the iPhone and whatever else he required.
And here, and in Canada, when you go to a gas station, there's different. It's so different.
Chantal, you are wiping at that eye more and more and more. And I know you like to say it's allergies, but I would think that if you had an allergic reaction to something, wouldn't there also be other signs besides a leaky eye? I've never heard of an allergy that makes one eye bulge more than the other. But wouldn't there be other things too? Like maybe you might break out in hives or a stuffy nose or something. I mean, this leaky eye thing has been going on for more than a minute.
one full serve, one or two full serves I knew of in Ottawa. Maybe there were more, but the majority of gas stations, Ottawa or where I'm from in Canada, seem to be self-serve. So you got to pump your own gas, and that's fine. I mean, if you have to do it, but let's all be real. If you didn't have to pay extra to have it done for you, come on, especially on really good days. But yeah, it was expensive for gas, and that would be that $80 would last me like not even a week,
That's because you were driving to Montreal and back, dum dum.
full week. So that's like
I mean, she stayed at the villa constantly. The only places that she went besides to see Natter was to like a Burger King, okay, and the dispensary. And you're not going to spend that much in gas to do those things. The majority of the gas money that she shelled out was to go see Natter.
400 about $400 probably a month I would spend on gas, especially going on these
Down the long road to go see him. See?
and here, and in Canada too, you have to park up to the
Boring
pump. You
discussion
have to pull up
about
to the pump
pumping gas. Is that what we're doing right now?
that your
Are we
gas
really turning that into
tank is on. And
content?
here,
And this is why your channel is failing, Chantal.
you can pull up to any
Are you
direction. It doesn't matter.
explaining to
They
people
have
how to
the
pump
longest
gas? I think we got it. I think we're good.
hoses I've ever seen that reach around the car and everything. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to stop your car. In Canada, you have to turn off your car to pump.
Who are you talking to? Chantal, you're from Canada, and the majority of your viewers are from the United States or from Canada. You're acting as if we don't know the procedure of pumping gas, like it's just totally strange to us. Why are you explaining it to us?
The gas for safety reasons or whatever. But here, I guess that doesn't apply because they bring that long hose and you just leave your car on in park, and it costs every time Salah fills the sherry from empty to full. It's about three
He fills up, it's
Canadian
like
and a
15
quarter.
bucks. Good for him. And why do I have this feeling like right here, right now, that I wonder if she is someone that if he goes anywhere, that she goes out to the car to check how much gas had been used since the last time she looked at it. Like if she checks the gas level to see if he's been traveling around and doing things. I just wonder. I just wonder.
It's insanely cheap. It's I couldn't believe it. Like I couldn't believe it when I first came. But there's so much oil in Kuwait, right? There's so much oil in Kuwait. It's an oil country, so of course the price of gas is going to be less. That makes sense. So it's definitely one advantage of residing here. And so yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I finally have my license. I'm actually going to be going out in a little bit. If you haven't noticed, I'm all done up. So yeah, I'm going to be going out and having fun.
Well, we know what that means. We know what that means, y'all. I'm going to be going out and having some fun with myself, aka I got the keys, I got the car. I'm going to go eat and eat and eat and eat. That's what she means. Because she's not a social butterfly kind of person where she wants to spend time around people or do fun activities. Her comfort, her fun is food. So she wants to visit all kinds of places with food and go there and eat the food, and Salon not be there to tell her no, to hold her back. I'm telling you guys, the recipe for disaster, one way or the other.
With or with someone. A girlfriend, obviously, but
You're not going out with anybody. What are you talking about?
not. Yeah, just to clarify that, just in case, you know how rumors spread.
But you
I've
won't.
made here, I can go do all kinds of things. So yes, but I do plan also, inshallah, taking you guys, my beezers, my viewers, um, just doing more things that I can do on my own. I'll just, it's good to do things on your own sometimes. It's good to have a space, a little bit of space in a relationship. It's healthy.
Hoo hoo hoo. Oh, that was telling. It's good to have a little bit of space in a relationship. You're not wrong saying that, Chantal, but someone like you doesn't believe in that. You are not a big believer in, I have my space, you have your space. And then we can enjoy things alone and then together. You are not a believer of that. Not at all. You are all about that life of, let me keep that man close, very close. He's going to sit on the couch with me and watch movies every night and not be able to do a doggone thing without me, so that I feel secure that he's not talking to other women. As long as I feel secure, I can control him. I could be the puppet master. So that's what's up. So where did all this wanting a personal space come from? You guys are fighting, aren't you? Or you're just sick of each other. I believe that. I believe you guys are sick of each other. You are sick of him. He's sick of you. He is sick of you.
So, yeah. How is Salah feel about this? You're wondering, he is very nervous. He's very nervous. Just doesn't want me to get hurt or anything or lost or, he's a bit nervous, but overall, I think he's happy for me. He said, Mabruk, congratulations. And so I think he's happy for me and realizes that it's kind of a necessity because it's just good for us both to have this ability to just.
She's not doing this benefit. She's doing it for hers. She's tired of hearing the word no. She wants to go out and do what she wants to do. And the feral addiction beast inside of her, it can't wait to be in a space where it can just let loose. It's saying, I want out of the cage right now. Find a way to let me out. And if it means getting in a car and we go alone down those crazy highways and hit every cafe, every bakery, every grocery store, every fast food restaurant, so be it. That's what we're going to do. Because I need to get out of this cage. It's too confining. Like she's getting restless, y'all. She got that restless, I want to be myself, I want to do things my way energy right now.
Go if we need to go somewhere. Yeah, it's also just, yeah, it's just fair. Like sometimes we can share the driving, stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm kind of happy that I don't have to worry about, you know, not being able to drive here. So that's the news. And stay tuned. We will do specifically more live streams, maybe trying different restaurants, cafes.
It's all about food. See, I told y'all. I got my license because I want access to more food. That's basically, to summarize it, there you go. It's all about food, as if she needs more. But we're done here. I really hope nobody gets hurt. I hope that no one gets hurt. Chantal, you shouldn't be driving. Period. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt other people just because you want a donut or a pizza or a coffee. Don't risk the lives of others for something so stupid and simple. Just don't. Let Salah drive you places. Take an Uber or walk or something, but don't put yourself at risk. Don't put other people at risk, okay? Just don't. Don't do it. All right, that's it for this react. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.